right, City of Forest Park Council meeting number 1404. Today is October 17th. The time is a little bit after 8 p.m. We're going to start by standing and saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening, everybody. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Adams.
Present.
Brown.
Here.
Clark. Harrison.
Here.
Holt. Here. Moore. Here. Sylvester.
Here.
I need a motion to excuse Councilmember Clark.
I make a motion that we excuse Councilwoman Clark.
A second.
Moved and properly seconded. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sound of voting aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion to excuse Councilmember Clark passes. Moving on to item number 2, which is the minutes. Has every council member received the minutes? Are there any corrections or adjustments to be made? All right, hearing none. We're going to go on to item number 3, which is presentations, and we actually don't have any today, which is, yeah, it's quite strange. We have to get back to the business of the month regularly, but we did just have, I guess it was 3 businesses that we honored, or was that beautification?
Beautification.
That was beautification. Yeah, we have to get back on business of the month for, and that's going to come out of economic development, so I'll make a note of that. All right, so moving on to item number 4, which is communications from the public. There's no public here, but we still stick to procedure. So this is the time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concern to them. When recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then you state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription. Comments are limited to 5 minutes, but there are no residents here tonight. So moving on to item number 5, we're going to go to reports of standing committees, starting with Councilmember Adams.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Brown. I'd like to talk about the beautification committee. Like for our residents to please keep in mind, our Christmas judging will be starting to start discussing what our categories are going to be this month in October. And so I just want to keep that in mind for our residents so they can participate and be looking out for additional information regarding beautification.
When did you say that Christmas judging was starting?
We're going to start, we're going to do judgments for December. I believe in January is when we're going to give out the awards. So I'm assuming they're going to do it sometime in December. But we do.
Happens in December.
Yeah.
around
So,
Christmas.
So we. Thank you, Ms. Denise. So we have a meeting tomorrow to solidify. But I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that to our residents to be looking out for additional information because I want residents to participate.
Absolutely. And it's not just people on Beautification Commission. We take volunteers for that?
Yes, sir. We do take volunteers for that.
Do we?
We do. I believe that we do. This is my first beautification Christmas as a committee, as a councilwoman. So it's my understanding that we do, but she was on the committee long before I was, so maybe she knows something that I don't know. And so please, by all means,
The process change?
share.
Don't act brand new.
I mean, maybe,
Share.
I'm sorry, maybe the process has changed, but
Okay.
in the past, we used to just go around, the committee used to go around and judge all the houses. Then it became that we started asking people to send in if they wanted to be judged. Instead of us going around the whole neighborhood looking for houses, then we asked them to send in.
Okay, that makes sense. So there were no additional volunteers?
There were no
to
additional
judge.
volunteers for that because we all rode in one of the city vans. And
Right.
only like 5 or 6 of us could get in the van, and we were the ones that did the judging.
Okay, okay.
And as she said, there are different categories, and I don't know if the categories have changed as to what they're going to judge on.
Okay.
So that might be something that they will be discussing in here.
All right, well, yeah, if the process has changed, though, I would volunteer because, it's always a fun time, and residents do get out and take care of their homes and put the lights up. It's really good. I don't have any work session items for you, council member. Do you have any to add?
No, I don't have any work session items per se, but I do want to still sing my song, and that is Hamilton County is still accepting applications for mortgage for Hamilton County residents. So just want to throw that out there again, and I'll continue to sing that song until they're no longer taking applications for mortgages.
Is it solely just for mortgages, or is there?
This solely just for mortgage at this time. We don't have, Hamilton County does not have money available for rental assistance, but hopefully there will be some funds coming in soon. But as of right now, definitively there is money still available for mortgage.
Okay. Thank you for that, Councilmember Adams. Moving on, we're gonna go to Councilmember Harrison.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I'd just like to encourage the residents, once again, please send those applications in for these various boards that we have in the city. We really would value your participation in order to make the city that much greater. But other than that, I have nothing else.
Okay, I don't have any work session items for you, Councilmember Harrison. Do you have any to add?
No, sir.
Thank you. Moving on to First Vice Mayor Holt.
Thank you. I do not have a report tonight, and I do not have anything for the work session for next week, because I think we covered the one item that
Right.
it was,
I'll add it back on there.
okay.
All right, so thank you for that, Vice Mayor Holt. Moving on to Second Vice Mayor Dr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We're still looking for commissioners for our new Quality of Life Committee. Residents may complete applications online, or they may come in person and fill out a hard copy. And so we're looking to, our committee is looking to have 7 new commissioners. And so we're really excited about our new program, a Quality of Life Committee. And that completes my report.
All right, thank you for that, Dr. Moore. I don't have any work session items. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
All right, thank you. Moving on to last but certainly not least, my guy, Councilmember Sylvester.
All right, Mr. Mayor, I just want to report to the citizens that the city of Forest Park has reinstated the recreational reimbursement program. So those families that have gone out and have joined in the various recreation facilities around, not we have some here in Forest Park, but some of the other surrounding cities, they have opportunity to submit for reimbursement to their household. I believe we have forms that we fill out. Are the forms online, Don?
Yeah, I'm just
they
looking
are.
at it right now.
Okay, and there's also a printout form if you come into the office that you'll be able to pick up one, or you can speak to anyone here, staff at the City of Forest Park. So just want to make sure that the citizens know that we have reinstated that reimbursement program.
Question.
You got a question?
And what's the dollar amount that's being reimbursed per household?
150,
How much? 150. Thank you.
and it's a limited amount, so kind of like in a first come first served basis.
Okay.
So.
And they will pay for people that have already, that registered or joined the gym earlier in the year. Okay, thank you.
That ends my comment or report. Yes.
All right, thank you for that, Councilmember Sylvester. I don't have any work session items. Do you have any to add at this time?
Nothing to add at this time.
Okay. All right, I need to make sure I get my reimbursements too. All right, so that concludes item number 5, reports of standing committees from council members. Moving on to item number 6, which is the mayor's report. I don't have much to report except that the City of Forest Park basketball signups are still happening. So if you want to sign your kid up to play basketball, we're taking applications until, I want to say this Friday. Is that correct, Don? Friday at 5 p.m.?
Up through the 31st.
Up through the 31st. Okay, so
Wait a minute, I've got the October 21st, I'm sorry.
yeah, this Friday. So
Yes.
so you know, if you want to sign your children up for basketball, we still have youth activities happening. So please consider signing your kids up for basketball. And that concludes my report. And I also do not have any work session items to add at this time. So moving on to item number 7, which is the city manager's report. So Don.
Okay, good to see everyone here. I want to report that, again, basketball signups are still ongoing. The again, this is Friday, 21st. The kids K through 12, grade 12, are eligible. So if you've got a young person that wants to play basketball here in the city of Forest Park, make sure they get signed up. Signups are now. Practices are starting in November, and games will be starting in December. So get there. I want to refer everybody to our website. Make sure that they know it's available. And our Facebook page. We do have a pretty lively Facebook page. We're trying to increase the content out there. So if you want to know what's going on in the city, you want to get some information, a lot of times the links are on our Facebook page and also on our website. Importantly, what I want to recommend to everyone is that we are hiring. We have several jobs that are coming up for to be filled, and we are actively recruiting. We'd love to have a lot of Forest Park residents working here at the city of Forest Park. So if you know someone who, we have clerical positions, we're going to have street positions as well, public works, police department, various positions, and we hope to fill them very shortly. So if you're interested in working for the city of Forest Park, if you know someone who might be, send them to our website. It's right on the front. There's a now hiring page. Just follow the links, or also go to our Facebook pages as well. And finally, I do want to report that there is on our website, again through our We Thrive group, there's a free produce pop-up the first Thursday of the month, and it's from 4:30 to 6:30. It's free to everyone. Everyone's welcome. So if you need some free produce, please stop by. It's at the Forest Chapel Church at 680 Sharon Road. Again, 4:30 to 6:30, the first Thursday of the month. And finally, I want to remind everyone that October 31st is our city Halloween. That is when we will be celebrating Halloween here in the city of Forest Park. Excuse me. Again, October 31st from the hours of 6 to 8 p.m., rain or shine. There's no other days. So get a chance, get out, get the kids out. Make sure everyone's safe. If you're out driving, make sure that you stay safe. Watch out for the kids. It'll be dark, and hopefully we'll have everybody have a great time here on October 31st for Halloween. So any other questions, I'd be glad to entertain right now. And other than that, that's my report for this evening.
All right, thank you for that, Don. Does any of council have any questions for our city manager?
I do. I'd like to know if he could please clarify, was it the 21st that basketball signups were over, or was it the 31st?
Youth basketball registration deadline is October 21st.
Thank you.
This Friday.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to move on to item number 8, which is our other reports, and we're going to start with our law director, Mr. John Wyckoff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple items to report on. I did finalize the required financial opinions from me as law director for the purchase of our equipment and the use of bonds to pay for that equipment. Also, I had an opportunity to review the proposed plan to keep our police department operable during a catastrophic event. Other than that, I have nothing else to report, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for our law director? All right, hearing none. Thank you for that, John. Moving on to our other report for the clerk of council, the incomparable Mrs. Sally Wood.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report the resolution numbers 35-2022, 38-2022, and 39-2022, as well as ordinance numbers 40-2022 and 42-2022 were posted as required. And that concludes my report.
Thank you for that, Sally. Does anybody else have any questions for our clerk? All right, moving on to item number 9, which is unfinished business, and I'm going to need a motion to suspend.
I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read for the second time by title only, ordinance number 34-2022.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion?
Under that, this ordinance was read for first time by title only on October 3rd, 2022.
All right, thank you for that. It's been read and properly seconded. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Adams,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester.
Yes.
All right, motion to suspend passes. So will the clerk please read ordinance number 34-2022 by title only?
Ordinance number 34-2022. An ordinance amending Chapter 139 drug offenses, removing penalties for marijuana possession and categorizing it as a minor misdemeanor.
All right. So I make a motion that we accept ordinance number 34-2022.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. So really, this is just the ordinance that we are removing in accordance with state law, marijuana possession up to 200 grams. The city of Forest Park is really setting the tone as really innovative in policy making, and we just want to make sure that as new industry and new business comes to our community, our residents also are benefiting from the laws that are related to this new industry. So I would just urge adoption of this ordinance, and I think this is actually very timely considering President Biden has actually just passed, used executive action to expunge a lot of marijuana or nonviolent marijuana convictions. So, you know, President Biden is copying us basically. But no, I would urge adoption of this ordinance.
Roll call.
Yes, will the clerk
Okay.
please call the roll on the motion?
Brown,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Moore, Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
All right, ordinance number 34-2022 passes. Moving on to item number 10 on the agenda, new business. And this is a first reading. So will the clerk please read ordinance number 37-2022 in full?
Ordinance number 37-2022. An ordinance regulating public collection bins. Whereas certain companies collect used clothing, books, and other household items by placing containers in visible and accessible areas such as parking lots. And whereas public collection bins have heretofore been unregulated by the city as to their number, placement, access, and location. And whereas public collection bins are usually labeled as collecting donated property and assumed to be for a charitable purpose. And whereas a survey of public collection bins in the city found 9 public collection bins, none of which were owned by the owner of the property on which they were located. And whereas none of the charities listed as benefiting from the collected household items were local organizations, and the donations collected do not result in any benefit or assistance to local charitable organizations or to residents in need. And whereas collection bins routinely overflow or have additional household items placed nearby as a convenient and visible place for a person to leave any sort of unwanted items, regardless of any posted instructions or other signage on the bin. And whereas such drop-offs consume city resources in getting the area cleaned up. And whereas in the absence of local control, public collection bins are the source of repeated nuisance conditions in the city. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Forest Park, Ohio, Section 1, that Chapter 110 Business Regulations of the Forest Park Code of Ordinances be amended to add subsections 110.160 through 110.163 as follows. Public collection bins, 110.160 public collection bins. No person, company, or organization, either for profit or not for profit, shall place any container labeled for donation or collection of personal property referred herein as public collection bin on any property within the city without obtaining a permit from the City of Forest Park. 110.161, location and access requirements. No permit shall be issued for a public collection bin unless it meets all of the following requirements. 1, the property is located in a PB or 0 or IP zoning district, or is a church or similar place of worship, or in R2 zoning district. 2, the property is occupied either by the owner or by a single tenant and is neither a shopping center, office building, or other multi-tenant facility, nor is it vacant. 3, the location where the public collection bin will be placed is to the rear of the principal structure and a minimum of 6 feet from the property line, from any property line. 4, the public collection bin shall fit within an enclosure with a poured concrete base, solid walls on 3 sides, and a locking gate on the 4th side, with a height of at least 2 feet above the height of the public collection bin it encloses, but no higher than 8 feet in any case. 5, access to the public collection bin is controlled by the property owner or tenant and is limited to the days and times in which the owner or tenant is open to the public. 110.162, existing public collection bins. Properties with public collection bins as the effective date of this ordinance shall be required to comply with section 110.160 and 110.161. The city manager or his designee shall issue a written notice to the property owner to comply by either obtaining a permit from the city or causing the existing bins to be removed from the property. Such notice shall include a copy of this ordinance and provide a minimum of 30 days for compliance, which may be extended for a reasonable period upon written request of the owner, showing just cause for the additional time. No fee or fine shall be charged if compliance is obtained within the time provided. 110.63, removal by the city, assessment of costs. If a property owner does not obtain a permit or cause a public collection bin to be removed within the time provided, the public collection bin shall be declared a public nuisance, and the city manager or his designee may have the public collection bin removed from the premises summarily and without additional notice. The costs associated with such removal plus a penalty fee of $250 shall be charged to the property owner by issuance of an itemized invoice mailed to the owner's address of record. If the invoice is unpaid after 30 days, the total unpaid amount shall be certified by the county auditor as a special assessment on the property. Section 2. This ordinance shall be in full force and take effect from and after the earliest date allowed by law.
Thank you for that, Sally. Since this is a first reading, there's no vote on that, correct?
Correct.
I do have a correction on on 110-161,
Okay.
location and access requirement. And under number 1, you stated the property is located in a PB or, then you said 0, that should be O
Oh, okay.
or IP.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification there. All right, so I'm gonna need a motion to suspend again. First Vice Mayor Holt.
I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read by title only. Resolution numbers 42-22, Resolution numbers 42-2022 and 43-2022.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion?
Only that these resolutions were posted 6 days prior to the meeting.
Okay, will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Harrison?
Yes.
Holt? Yes. Moore? Yes. Sylvester?
Yes.
Adams? Yes. Brown?
Yes. All right, motion motion to suspend the rules passes. Will the clerk please read resolution number 42-2022 by title only?
Resolution number 42-2022. A resolution to renew an engineering agreement with CT Consultants for engineering services to the city of Forest Park.
All right, thank you for that, Sally. Is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I'd like to, motion, to adopt resolution number 42-2022.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion?
That this, resolution is in place to have the city retain engineering services that involve with major projects such as the road work that's gonna be taking place. So, with that and an agreement that has been established, I motion that we adopt resolution number 42-2022.
All right, thank you for that, council member. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Holt,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Moving on to resolution number 43-2022. Will the clerk please read that by title only?
Resolution number 43-2022. A resolution authorizing the city manager to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission state capital improvement and/or local transportation improvement programs, and to execute contracts as required.
All right, is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I move to adopt resolution number 43-2022.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion?
That this is giving our city manager the authority position to take action to acquire resources to assist in the capital improvements. I know that there was a cost range that was announced. I didn't make the note on John. What was the?
This is, we're looking for an $800,000 project, and we're looking for a 50% grant from the state of Ohio.
Okay. So with that stated, I'll move to adopt resolution number 43-2022.
Clerk, please call the roll on the motion to adopt.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 43-2022 passes. All right, moving on, I need a motion to receive the general fund. Is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I motion to receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports.
Is there a second?
Second.
There was a lot of seconds. Is there any discussion, Councilmember?
No discussion.
All right, thank you. This still has to be a roll call, correct?
That would be a voice vote.
It can be a voice vote. So all those in favor, let it be known by the sound of voting aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, hearing none, motion passes. I do want to say just really quickly, because there was a bit of unusual activity happening in council today. We are going to continue to innovate in policy making. We are going to continue to garner a lot of attention, but I really appreciate council's assistance as we navigate these times, because we letting people know we are on the map. You know, we are the second largest city in Hamilton County, and as these things continue to come to us, we will do the best that we can for our residents, and I know the city administration will do the same. So I just want to say how much I appreciate all of council for handling that with class and poise. As usual, everybody look good while doing it. So with that being said, is there any other business to come before the body? Is there any other business to come before the body? Is there any other business to come before the body? Okay, council is adjourned.